I'm Rich Grand Pandas. Thanks so much for logging on to ShoreSportsZone.com for our high school football coverage and our Saturday highlight show. 8 games on our Friday show. How about 7 for Saturday to wrap up week 3? We get started here at Monmouth Regional, where the Falcons hosted Rumson-Fair.
Thanks to Reach Your Potential Training for sponsoring Shore Sports Zone's coverage of Rumson-Fair High School.
Coach Brian Batcher's team setting the tone right out of the gate. On the first possession, this is Michael O'Connor, the junior quarterback. When he gets in the open field, look out. 68-yard run all the way down to the 18-yard line. It would lead to this. Michael O'Connor, a 3-yard touchdown run. The Bulldogs strike early. It's 7-0. Later in the first, Matt Vecchiarelli. A great run here, 6 yards. He's in the paint. That makes it a 13-0 game. Vecchiarelli and Brian Hess were a great 1-2 punch in the backfield on Saturday afternoon. Monmouth Regional trying to get something going against a talented Rumson-Fair defense. Great run here by Casey Pachuki into RFH territory, but the drive would stall because of great plays like this. Liam Adams, a great stop on Justin Trapp. Give him credit for the quarterback sack. And then it's time for Michael O'Connor to go to the air. This is pretty. 24 yards to John Kingdon. Wow. Michael O'Connor can spin it. Take another look at this gorgeous touchdown pass. It was 20-0 RFH at the half. The Bulldogs go on to a 27-0 win over Monmouth Regional. It's the second straight shutout for the RFH defense, and now the stage is set for next week. Rumson-Fair taking on St. John Vianney in Holmdel. Should be a dandy, and of course, Shore Sports Zone will be there.
Thanks to Tom's Ford for sponsoring Shore Sports Zone's coverage of Middletown North.
The Colonial was all smiles for good reason. That's because Freehold Boro had a 12-0 lead on Middletown North. Second quarter, the Lions looking to get on the board. Donald Glenn to Dwight Wilkerson, but Jamel Smith-Rush causes the fumble. But good awareness by Middletown North. Brendan Koob is able to fall on the loose football. The Lions drive it all the way to the half-yard line, but Donald Glenn loses the handle. It's a fumble. Freehold Boro recovers. Glenn would injure his arm on the play and miss the remainder of the first half. So now it's time for Jake Curry and the Freehold Boro offense to go to work. Here, Curry on third down, getting the first down inside the 5-yard line. It would lead to this. Jake Curry from a yard out. Good push by the O-line. He's in the zone. It's 18-0 Freehold Boro. And the Lions have to turn to backup quarterback Sam Santiago. Check out Jared Van Dyson. A big quarterback sack at the half. Freehold Boro with an 18-0 advantage. Second half, the Colonials turn to Ashanti Worthy. Watch the patience by Worthy here to let the play develop. He finds a seam he likes, and look at him go. Ashanti Worthy with a fantastic run inside the 20-yard line. It would lead to Jake Curry's second short touchdown run. This is from a yard out. It took the officials a moment, but they declare a touchdown. That made it 24-0. And then Marquis Gill, a little up and over the hurdle for the 2-point conversion. Freehold Boro has this game completely under control. It's 26-0. But don't count out these Middletown North Lions. What a comeback this team engineers. It started with Donald Glenn to Brendan Koob. This is a 65-yard scoring play, and now the Lions are on the board. It's 26-7. And it's the Middletown North defense that was able to turn the tide. Here's Curry fumbling the ball away. The Lions recover. Middletown North goes right down and cashes in that turnover. Demetrius Redway from 3 yards out makes it 26-14. And then another turnover. It's Worthy fumbling away. Austin DeWise with the recovery. And Middletown North all of a sudden has some major momentum. It's Glenn on the screen pass to Redway. Look at the blocking up front inside the 10-yard line. And now all of a sudden we've got a football game because Glenn goes to Brendan Koob. He gets both feet in. Wow, that is an awesome catch in the back of the end zone. It's 26-20. But time's beginning to run out. Freehold Boro looking to run out the clock. But check out Corey Balatica with the stop here on third down. It gives Donald Glenn the ball with no timeouts, 57.8 seconds. He has to go 80 yards. And Glenn goes right to work. He finds Brendan Koob. Great run after the catch, past midfield. The Lions are driving. And it's the Glenn Koob combination one more time. This time it's over the middle. Clock is winding down. Glenn is able to spike it with 4.7 seconds left. They're 26 yards away from an amazing comeback. Time for just one play. It's Glenn to the end zone for the win. Nick Akelstia knocks it down. And the Freehold Boro Colonials hang on. What a football game in Freehold on Saturday afternoon. 26-20 is your final. Middletown North has little time to take the sting of this loss because they have to get ready for a home game against Manasquan this Friday night. Ashanti Worthy runs for 144 yards and 2 scores. And after the game, a relieved Dave Ellis talked to Shore Sports Zone about hanging on for a Freehold Boro win.
Yeah, you know what? I've been on these kids every week about, cleaning up the little things and, not turning the ball over. And that almost came back to bite us today. And, I'm glad we pulled it out, but at the same time, we got a lot of work to do.
Shore Sports Zone's coverage of Lacey Township High School is sponsored by Surf Taco and NutriShop.
Let's head to Lacey, where the Lions were seeking their first win of the season, but they're facing red-hot Brick Memorial. Coming off that huge win over Townsihp North, Tim Santiago had 334 yards last week. He's also a great defensive player. He gets things started with the INT, puts Brick Memorial in business at the 19, and that turnover would lead to this. Eli Laverin taking the toss from Santiago, a 4-yard touchdown run, 7-0 Brick Memorial in the first. Early second now, the Mustangs driving again. Tim Santiago, the option run, there he goes. 31 yards for the score. It's 14-0 Brick Memorial. And then more Brick Memorial defense. Joe Fiden recovers the loose snap. The Mustangs take over, and Brick Memorial now turns to a sophomore. Check out Tony Thorpe, a 15-yard touchdown run. It's 21-0 Brick Memorial. And this Brick Memorial defense is playing with great intensity. Billy Walsh bringing down Klaus for the sack. And there goes Justin Hans. We've got a scoop and score. 43 yards for Justin Hans, 28-0 Brick Memorial. A-South is so loaded with talent on the defensive line. Last night we saw Day-Day Coast at Townsihp North. How about this guy, Mike Nobile? Oh, that's a big-time hit for a loss. And now it's time for us to shine the zone spotlight and learn more about Mike Nobile. It seems awkward that we don't have Anthony's picture in there. That's right, the Nobile twins, Anthony and Mike, are both looking to play college football together. If you go on shoresportszone.com, we profile them as part of our NutriShop Spotlight series to learn more about these two guys that are playing with great passion to try and get that opportunity to play together at the next level. And I'll tell you what, some college is going to be smart enough to pick up the Nobile twins and not get just one, but two outstanding prospects. Let's get back to the action where Tim Santiago just makes it look easy. Man. A 17-yard touchdown run. It's 35-0, and Brick Memorial continues its offensive onslaught, make it a 48-0 victory for the Mustangs. They have scored 100 points in the last 2 games. So after losing in the opener to rival Brick Township, Brick Memorial has responded with 2 dominating efforts in A-South as the Mustangs pitch a shutout at Lacey.
Thanks to Tom's Ford for sponsoring Shore Sports Zone's coverage of Keyport High School.
Let's head to Keyport, where the Red Raiders look for 2 straight wins, playing host to Point Pleasant Beach. Last week on Shore Sports Zone's Saturday Highlight Show, we saw a Desmond Underwood display, and he's at it again. Underwood, 66 yards early in the second quarter. What a great touchdown run. It's 7-0. And Desmond Underwood wasn't done there. Here he gets it done on defense. Underwood, the INT. He gave Keyport great field position, but the Red Raiders would miss a field goal. It remains 7-0. And then a great play design here by Keyport. Underwood takes the handoff, and he's not running, he's throwing. Cody Young, 55 yards. What a touchdown combination. It's Underwood to Young, 14-0 Keyport in front. And the Keyport defense was primed in this game. Another turnover created by the secondary. This time it's Zach Ox with the INT at the half. 14-0 Keyport in front. Now it's Chris Hogreif in at quarterback, and this is masterful play action. Desmond Underwood doesn't have it. Great play fake there as Hogreif finds Zach Frick. 34 yards. And the Keyport Red Raiders make a statement. This is a quality win for Coach John Pachowski and his staff. 21-7 is your final. Desmond Underwood, 16 carries for 123 yards and that 66-yard touchdown run to go along with a TD pass and an interception. Keyport is now 2-1 on the season with a big win at home over the Garnet Gulls.
Thanks to Manasquan Bank for sponsoring Shore Sports Zone's coverage of Manasquan High School.
At Manasquan High, the Warriors looking for back-to-back wins, playing host to the Hornets of Holmdel. And a good start for Holmdel thanks to their trigger man. This is Anish Agarwal. He's off to the races. This is a 41-yard run. It would lead to this. Agarwal calling his own number, cashing in from 2 yards out. 6-0 Holmdel in front. But Manasquan answers right back on the ensuing kickoff. This is Parker Day. And Parker Day continues to make great highlights week in and week out early in the 2015 season. Wow, 82 yards for the score. It's 7-6 Warriors. But give credit to Holmdel. They played very good football in the first half. Agarwal answers right back. This is Stephen Whaler. Great target, 63 yards. It would lead to this. Holmdel goes back to the air. Agarwal to Vincent Vidiello. A 26-yard scoring play. The Hornets have a 12-7 lead in the first. Now, late in the first half, keep playing the game here. Liam Grebe to the air. 34 yards to Damaso Jaime. It's 13-12 Manasquan at the half. Second half, it's the Manasquan defense coming through with a key turnover. This is Matt McGrady on the fumble recovery. And let's shine the spotlight right now on Matthew McGrady, who was part of our media day at iPlay America, and a chance for us to be much more than just touchdowns here on ShoreSportsZone.com. We get to learn about the people under the helmet. Matthew McGrady, I hope he is enjoying some scrambled eggs while watching these highlights. And if he could have dinner with anybody from the past, he chooses Theodore Roosevelt. And you have to love this quote. You either get better or worse every day. You never stay the same. More zone spotlights all season long here on ShoreSportsZone.com. And Manasquan knows what to do with that turnover. On the first play after the fumble, Liam Grebe to Kyle LeBlanc. 13 yards. It's 20-12 Manasquan. The lead is 8. Then the Warriors trying to seal the game. They go for it on 4th and 4. A hard-nosed run by Connor Morgan gets the first down, and that sets the stage for Paul Kruger. A 1-yard touchdown run. That makes it 27-12 Warriors to start the fourth quarter, and the Manasquan defense for the second straight week continues to create turnovers. This is Shane Flanagan with the INT, and it wraps up a Manasquan victory. 27-12 is your final, and there are certainly common threads in these last two Manasquan victories. Big plays courtesy of Parker Day, timely passing from Liam Grebe, and most importantly, tremendous defense creating turnovers. It's why Manasquan is now 2-1 with a 15-point win at home over Holmdel.
Shore Sports Zone's coverage of Shore Regional is sponsored by Reach Your Potential Training.
Let's head to Keansburg, where the Titans hosted Shore Regional. The Blue Devils dominated this game. It was 40-0 at the half. But give credit to these Titans with first-year head coach John Bird. They're still fighting, even in a tough circumstance. Daniel Vital, nice run here, good gain, but the story in this game was pure dominance by Shore Regional. The scoring for the Blue Devils is closed out when Josh Campy, a 59-yard touchdown run for the junior. That Shore Regional defense, stellar year in and year out. The offensive line opening the holes, and everyone got in on the fun as Shore Regional goes on to a 46-6 win over Keansburg. Coach Mark Costantino's team is now 3-0 on the season. Coming up this Friday night, the Blue Devils will be back home as Shore Regional plays host to Dunellen.
Thanks to Manasquan Bank and NutriShop for sponsoring Shore Sports Zone's coverage of the Brick Township Green Dragons.
We wrap up week 3 under the lights at Toms River East. The Raiders playing host to Brick Township. And once again, the Green Dragons were rolling. Early first quarter, Jasir Taylor wasting no time. This is a 21-yard touchdown run. It's 7-0, just 1:45 into the ball game. The Dragons defense has been so impressive early on. Dean Helstowski has been a big part of it here. He drags down Nick Grande for the sack. Then it's Tom Zabranik going to the air. It's Jasir Taylor again. Boy, we have had a whole gaggle of Jasir Taylor highlights, and it's only 3 weeks in. 14-0 Brick Township in front. Then it's the Dragons defense getting the turnover on a fumble. Sean Smith recovers at the 30. And then it's Zabranik back to the air. 29 yards to Javion Harris. He's brought down at the 1-yard line. No worries because they go to the fullback. Joe Sclafani cashes in from a yard out. At the half, Brick Township with a 21-0 advantage. Third quarter, how about some more great Brick defense? Tommy Keoplinger, the big hit and sack on Brendan Laird. And then Brick Township closes out the scoring. Zabranik rolling out left. Javion Harris in the back of the end zone. Wow, that's a great catch. 26 yards, and that's your ball game. 28-0 is your final. Brick Township is now 3-0, and they have started off the season in grand fashion. They have outscored their opponents 99-6, and get ready for next Friday night. It's Jackson Memorial at Brick Township. When these two teams met last year in the regular season, it may have been the game of the year. It was an instant classic. We can't wait to bring you those highlights. After the game, our Alex Lorenzo caught up with Jasir Taylor, who had another stellar night with 2 touchdowns.
A lot of people was down us, and we just use that as motivation. Every day working hard in practice, and that's it.
And a big one coming up against Jackson next week. Are you confident in this team?
Yes, I'm very confident. We've been waiting for this game ever since what happened in the playoffs. They celebrated on our field, all of that, and then they took the championship. So just know that we're coming for Jackson.
For our team at Shore Sports Zone, I'm Rich Crampanis. Thanks so much for watching our highlight show. We'll see you this week with more high school action in all sports in the Shore Conference, and we'll be back here next Friday for more high school football on ShoreSportsZone.com.